Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. Here with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And patrolling the sideline for us again tonight, Allie LaForce. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team.
As the injuries have piled up one after another, they've got to be thinking, what's next? But no excuses, no consolation prizes here. They got to find a way to win.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Johnson is in the front court alongside Gordon. In at the guard spots, Murray and Brown. And it's Jokic in at the center position. And for the Grizzlies, we've got Ty Jerome, and it's Prosper in at the 5. GA, this has all the makings of a high-scoring contest. We've got two outstanding offensive teams.
Both very skilled at shooting the ball, but that's exactly why this game will be decided by stops. Defense wins against teams who are elite scoring.
Now, here's Johnson. Jokic sets the screen for Johnson. Pass to Jokic. Shot clock at 5. Buries it from three-point range.
Defensively, you do not want to see Jokic heat up from out there.
Here's Coward, covered by Brown, Prosper, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Now here's Johnson. Gordon a screen. Now Johnson. Hendricks pulls it in. Pass to Wells. Over Gordon. Wells' shot is good.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
Murray outside. Johnson with a screen on Jerome. And it's Jokic in the corner. Jerome with the steal. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Pass to Prosper. Misses the three. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. Here's Brown. Johnson outside. Brown with it. The Nuggets with another miss. Here's Coward. Now Jerome. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And this Grizzlies organization, Greg, not afraid to innovate.
Yeah, we see that with the offense they've implemented. Different from just about any other team in the league. Rather than pick and roll, it's much more predicated on off-ball shifts and cutting.
And Jokic slams it in.
Well, it's not what he's known for, but Jokic can throw it down when the chance presents itself.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Grizzlies head coach had a few moments to share with me. Coach joked that if he focused on a single aspect of stopping Nikola Jokic, he would probably just beat them a different way. Instead, he showed the team 5 video clips, each with a specific failure of guarding Jokic. He's asked his players to prevent those mistakes from happening. Kevin?
Okay, Allie, thank you. Now here's Murray. Nothing on the board. Can't hit from in close.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Pass to Jerome. And the 3 off target. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Trailing by 2. Johnson, the pass to Murray. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
Yeah, Murray is a very good outside shooter, but I think he's at his best when he gets into the paint.
Pass to Coward. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Johnson left side. Terrific Terrific assist, a nice finish, solid play all around.
Well, when Murray is passing the ball to his teammates, they are at their best.
Here's Coward. Back to Jerome. To the paint. Here's Prosper. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here's Murray, and it's blocked. Here's Coward, covered by Brown.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Back to Murray. Pass to Gordon. Now Jokic. Now Murray. 5 on the clock. Jokic with the screen on Jerome. Murray, no good. Memphis has gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Coward. Three-pointer. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Murray against Jerome. Got that one up quick. Murray's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, that just illustrates how well-rounded Murray's game is. When he's doing damage from the mid-range like that.
Back to Jerome. Stolen by Gordon. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate the open court when a steal triggers the break.
One shot.
Free throw good. Brown. Well, the Nuggets bet on the development of young Christian Brown, and Stan, he has rewarded their faith. He has developed so nicely.
Kevin, he certainly has. Probably has even exceeded what their expectations were for him. But he's a guy that is such a hard worker. He's smart, he's tough, and he's all about winning.
Now here's Gordon, still without a basket. And here's Johnson outside. Hendricks pulls it in. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Pass to Jerome. To the left side wing. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. The sharpshooter Mike Miller watching his former team, the Grizzlies, here in Memphis.
And if his presence inspires them, you wouldn't know it from the scoreboard. But make no mistake, one of the great players in their franchise history.
And so it's Memphis with it. It's a three-point game. 5 to shoot. Jerome, no good. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Pass to Brown. Back to Murray. Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Here's Jerome. They set the pick. Pass to Hendricks. Some nice passing there by Memphis. To halt the run. And again, Memphis no good. The Nuggets leading by 5. Going inside. Brown. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And you can't turn it over against this team. That's a recipe for disaster, and we're seeing the results of that.
Free throw good, Brown. And we saw last season the Nuggets, GA, in the final week of the regular season, making a coaching change and a shift in their front office.
A pretty rare situation. Seems like there'd been a power struggle, and rather than choosing sides, the decision was to just make a fresh start.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. A premier offense for the Nuggets, but defensively, Stan, there has been some slippage.
Well, they've had to make some tough financial decisions, letting some of their defensive-minded veterans depart in free agency over the years. They got to wonder who will step up, but it often takes young players a little longer at the defensive end.
The free throw drops for Jerome. And Coach Van Gundy, the big name for Memphis is John Morant, but his superstar trajectory hitting a little bit of turbulence.
Well, some of those troubles were self-inflicted, Kevin, but also questions about his high-flying style. As he said himself, the falls can take it out of you.
And Jerome drops them both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Brown the pass to Hardaway. Driving to the basket. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And the Nuggets lead by 8.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Pass to Jackson. Here's Prosper. Guarded by Valanciunas. Back to Jackson. Here's Rupert. Jerome with it. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Watson's shot is good. And now a 10-point Nugget lead.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Pass to Prosper. Now Jerome. He's covered by Brown. Jackson, a screen on Brown. It's rebounded by Najee.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Watson surveying the D. And here's Valanciunas. Scoreless thus far. Hardaway gets to Valanciunas. Jerome against Brown. Up again and staying with the play. Valanciunas.
Well, at 6'11", 275, Valanciunas can really carve out space down low.
Jackson setting the pick here for Jerome. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now, here's Watson. From the baseline. That one drops for him.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. In an era of title or bust thinking, it's noteworthy that the grit and grind Grizzlies of the 2010s are properly celebrated. While they never made it past the Western Conference Finals, their physical style, built around Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Tony Allen, and Mike Conley, built a lasting legacy in Memphis. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Now here is Hardaway. No good from outside.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
27 seconds left to play in the first. Jackson gets the bucket. Here's Hardaway. Out left to the wing. Here's Valanciunas. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. And the Nuggets lead by 11.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they've built this lead. They have been dominating it.
And so it's Denver. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Back to the action in just a minute. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a very convincing performance from the Nuggets so far.
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
They've got Taj Gibson, and it's Rupert in at the small forward. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. And never Greg an all-star, but he is a star. Jamal Murray can flat out play.
And he's had his hurdles to overcome with injury over the years, but he's never one to shrink from a challenge. And he remains a prolific shot creator.
First one falls for him. GA, you hear about 3 level scores, but is it just 3 levels?
Great point. Kevin, you've got guys with that deep range, and there's a difference between the mid-range game, those floaters, the little 12-footers, and those deep twos as well. So maybe 5-level score is complete. Think of like a 5-2 player in baseball.
There's so much that Jamal Murray brings to the table offensively. He is such a critical piece of their puzzle.
Some nice passing there by Memphis. Gibson finds Jackson. Here's Rupert. 6 on the shot clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. It's hauled in by Watson. The Nuggets leading by 11. To the inside. Here's Murray. Here's Valanciunas. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Valanciunas has got 6 points. And for Memphis, they're shooting about 42% so far. Outside Jackson. Pass to Spencer. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
And here's Valanciunas for 3. Murray. The rebound by Gibson. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. From past the arc. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
Hardaway dishes to Valanciunas. Pass to Watson. Hardaway up top. Back to Watson. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Brown inside the line. Rebounded by Jackson.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
Strong moving to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
On the wing, Hardaway. That one's off. Still out of sync.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking them up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Gibson passes to Jackson. Again, Memphis.
If you're waiting for him to miss, he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Now here's Murray. 6 points for him. Gibson with the steal. Here's Rupert. He's covered by Murray. Pass to Jackson. Here's Rupert. Jackson with the screen. On the wing, Jackson. Over Valanciunas. Jackson misses. And Murray's got the ball here for Denver. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. A nice shot by Brown.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by Memphis.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Teams changing it up here.
Substitution on the court.
Hendricks passes to Jackson. Now Jerome. And again, Memphis no good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Jokic. Things getting physical, but Jokic hammers it out and wins.
Well, in a league of huge guys, Jokic's size stands out. He is a problem.
Jackson a screen on Murray. Jokic with the steal. Hendricks passes to Jackson. Over Murray. And again, Memphis no good. The Nuggets leading by 7. And the Grizzlies choosing to move forward with Coach Isolo to head their program. Staying after he took over as interim head coach late last season.
Yeah, the first Finnish-born head coach in the NBA. He was a rising star coaching in Europe. Now trying his hand in the best league on the planet.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Prosper's checked in. The Nuggets also changing it up. Johnson comes in for Bruce Brown. And Christian Brown subbed in for Hardaway. Shoots from the line. Wells grabs the miss. For Memphis, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Pass to Hendricks. Covered by Brown. Jokic grabs the miss. Nuggets have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Murray outside. And here's Jokic. Kicks it out to Johnson. 3-pointer. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. Pass to Wells. Trying to end the drought. And he lays it up and in. Wells has got his second bucket.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Now Watson. Crew on the 14-footer. Watson's got 6. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Covered by Brown. Jerome in the corner. And he finishes nicely on the layup. He has 6.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Pass to Brown. Now, here's Jokic. Defense is right there. That shot is off, coming up empty for the second time this game. 4 for 6. Here's Jerome. Here's Prosper. Jokic defending. Here's Jerome. It's rebounded by Jamal Murray. And Murray's got the ball here for Denver. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
Well, the handles of Jokic are ridiculous for a man of his size.
The Grizzlies trail by 7. Down low. Here's Wells. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Wells has got 4 points this quarter.
The coach loves seeing chances from that range. Work that inside area.
Murray down low. Guarded by Jerome.
Yeah, that's tough to stop. Murray loves showing off that handle whenever he can.
Murray against Jerome. And he uses the glass on the layup. Jerome's got 8 points.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. So it's both teams making substitutions here. The Nuggets leading by 5. Jokic with a screen on Jerome. Brown finds Jokic. From deep, Johnson. Rebounded by Prosper. Prosper's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the middle. Nifty move. And that's 2 points on the layup. Coward's got his first basket.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
Johnson outside. From outside the arc. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Pass to Hendricks. Memphis moving it around. Wells passes to Hendricks. Here's Prosper. Jokic defending. Here's Coward. There's the 3. Jokic traps the miss. Greg, we see a lot of change in the NBA, but Nikola Jokic always seems to stay in the MVP conversation.
And not just in it, at the top of it. His ability to affect the game is basically unmatched. He dominates in just about every single aspect.
Jerome in the corner. Shoots the 3. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Brown outside. Johnson, the pass to Gordon. Trying to find Jokic. Gets it to him. In the corner, it's Brown. There's Brown with the 3. Grizzlies with the rebound.
And sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing on that possession. They were all over him on the perimeter.
Hendricks passes to Jerome. Wells sets the pick for Jerome. Pass to Coward. Here's Prosper. Covered by Brown. And Brown pulls it down. Denver leading by 8. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Well, Cameron Johnson stays even. He said, I just try to come in and do my job every game, no matter what that looks like. And as somebody who shoots a lot of threes, some days can be better than others. So you just ride the waves while you can and focus on that next play. The next shot and your results, they'll be the results. Back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Here's Coward, covered by Brown. And they get it. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
The kick out to Brown. They get it back. 27 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Jerome. 8 points for him. Wells passes to Hendricks. Over Gordon. Hendricks can't get it to go.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fans half-court stop. Rumble, please. Your memory of the stop. Let's do it for our
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Well, he's already put in a full day's work. They might want to lighten the load on him in the second half.
And Jerome has got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 11. So on the floor for Denver. Out on the perimeter, it's going to be Brown and Johnson. Inside for him, it's Gordon and Jokic. And it's Murray in at the point guard position. And a shot by Wells, no good. The Nuggets shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Wells with the steal. Pass to Prosper. Out to the right wing. It's hauled in by Jokic. Jokic just got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. On the wing, Johnson. Guarded by Jerome. Gordon with the screen for Murray. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Yeah, he's an above-the-rim athlete. Gordon on the attack.
Pass to Prosper. Here's Coward. Hendricks passes to Wells. Pocket 6. Over to the left wing. Here's Jerome. And again, Memphis no good. The Nuggets leading by 13. And, Coach, one thing that David Adelman stressed was getting this Nuggets team in much better shape.
Yeah, it seems like they wore down in the playoffs last season. So improved conditioning and more depth potentially could help them hold up better down the stretch.
Stolen by Brown. Inside, here's Murray. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Murray's got 10.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Yeah, and to do it on the road, it shows how well prepared this team was coming into this contest.
Just 5 on the clock. It's tipped and stolen by Gordon. Brown, the pass to Jokic. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 13.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and that is key for them, continuing to build out this lead.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Pass to Coward. Jerome deciding where to go with it. The shot by Wells, no good. The Nuggets on offense. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Here's Brown. Johnson finds Gordon. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Jerome. He's got 8. Pass to Prosper. Here's Coward, covered by Brown. Murray against Jerome. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Wells. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And with that basket right there, it brings an end to that 12-0 run by Denver.
Memphis shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
One shot.
And here's Denver. They're on a 12-3 run right now. Pass to Jokic. Murray for three. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Prosper's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now here's Wells. Here's Prosper. To the inside. It's stolen by Brown. Pass to Murray. Gordon deciding where to go with it. There's the triple. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. The Grizzlies trail by 20. Here's Coward. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Back to Murray. Gordon the pass to Jokic. Jokic draws the double. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nuggets?
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And also, got to be impressed with their interior play, getting in the paint and figuring out ways to score.
The free throw drops for Jerome. Denver leading by 15. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Jokic. Kicks it out to Johnson. Fires the three. The three. Jokic on the foul. Jokic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, the first guy you have to box out there, Nikola Jokic. That's just bad recognition.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Here's Coward. He's got 6. Pass to Wells. Here's Jerome. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Stan, you think about the release point on Jokic's outside shot. It is tough to get to.
Yeah, Kevin, it certainly is. And the problem is if you start to come out of your stance to try to get to that shot, Jokic will just pull the ball down and beat you on the drive.
And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yeah, teams do everything they can to protect against it, but at this point, all you can do is hope he's not gone for too long.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Now here's Murray. Not a lot of room. Pass to Jokic. Murray outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Coward, covered by Brown. Pass to Wells. They set the pick. Rebound by the Nuggets. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Johnson, double team. Outside for Murray. Another 3 for Denver.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Here's Prosper. He's got 9. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Cowards. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Cowards got 8 points. And Murray's got the ball here for Denver. Pass to Brown. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Jacks up a 3. And again, Denver with the triple.
The passing ability of Jokic, the way he sees the floor, it's off the charts.
Now Wells. Here's Prosper. Jokic defending. And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul. A different look for Denver. Watson, he's checked in for Gordon. Brown comes in for Johnson. Hardaway is subbed in for Christian Brown. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Coward. Back to Wells. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A three-pointer is right on target. He has 6.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Jokic with it. He's got 15. Outside Hardaway. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 21. Pass to Prosper. And here is Wells. Here's Coward. Guarded by Hardaway. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. Coward's got 6 here in this quarter. The Nuggets leading by 19 points. And here's Jokic. Pass to Hardaway. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. Hardaway has got 5 now.
Oh, excellent preparation from Hardaway Jr. Primed to attack.
Here's Coward. And a miss there on the triple. The Nugget shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Grizzlies have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Coward. Now here's Wells. 11 points in the game. And it's off from three-point range. And we'll go courtside now to hear more about what's going on with Ty Jerome. What have they told you there, Allie?
Well, the head athletic trainer for Memphis provided some information for us. I was told it's a knee sprain. Not great news by any stretch, but luckily it wasn't anything major. They are going to keep him on the sidelines tonight, and it may be a few more games until he's ready to get back on the court. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks for that.
Yeah, they'll insert him back into that rotation as soon as it's safe to do so.
Here's Coward, guarded by Hardaway. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Smooth sailing for Denver. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Murray outside on the wing, Brown. Over to the wing. Watson kicks to Hardaway. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist. Hardaway has got 6 here in this quarter.
A go-to shot for Hardaway Jr. He can really hurt defenses from downtown.
Pass to Wells. He's covered by Murray. There's the screen. Back to Wells. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Wells has got 14 points.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Prosper. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. Now, Jokic, 15 points in the game. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Denver on top, running away with it. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. They've got Jackson. And it's Rupert in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Brown finds Hardaway. Oh, good on the 3. The Grizzlies shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Pass to Burton. And here's Jackson. He's covered by Watson. Memphis moving that ball around. Here's Burton. The tray. Rebounded by Hardaway. Now here's Murray. Brown the pass to Watson. Trying to find Valanciunas. To him.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Burton.
Now into the lineup for your Grizzlies, number 67, Taj Gibson.
Here's Valanciunas. Pass to Brown. Out to Hardaway. Fires from deep. Brown's got 5 assists in the game.
A silky smooth with that jumper. Hardaway Jr.'s mechanics are what make him so deadly.
Now Jackson. Wing shot on the way. Rebound by the Nuggets. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds in the game. It's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession.
Nuggets ball.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Murray outside. Watson the screen. Murray with the bounce pass. And Watson slams it in.
I love the way he went with the bounce pass there. Great awareness.
Jones checked in for Denver.
Shooting for Denver, Watson. One shot.
Free throw drops for Watson. He's covered by Brown. Jackson dishes to Gibson. Pass to Rupert. Outside Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. To the right side. For 3. And again, Memphis no good.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Hardaway kicks to Brown. Here's Valanciunas. Back to Brown. With the clock winding down, and it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Strong finish by Valanciunas. He likes exerting his will close to the rim.
Outside Gibson. Pass to Spencer. Here's Rupert. Good on the triple.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Valanciunas, defended by Gibson. Valanciunas draws the double. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Here's Rupert. He's covered by Watson. They set the pick. Pass to Rupert. On the wing, Jackson. 5 on the clock. To the wing on the left. Gibson for 3. It's hauled in by Watson. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Brown, the pass to Jones. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's Memphis on the break. And the dunk by Jackson.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Brown kicks to Watson. Screen by Jones. And the Nuggets can't hang on to the ball.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
And Memphis making a change here. Prosper's checked in, and Denver also making a switch. Tyus Jones, he's checked in for Jones. Defended by Jones. Takes a step back. And the layup is good.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Up top, Valanciunas. Pass to Hardaway. Brown outside. 4 on the clock. Back to Hardaway. And again, Denver no good. Grizzlies have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. And here's Jackson. Here's Rupert. Defended by Jones. Pass to Jackson. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
So both teams making some changes here.
One shot.
And here are the Nuggets now. Pass to Holmes. Now Hardaway. Here's Pickett. There's the drive. to end the drought. Holmes can't get it to go in. Grizzlies have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Coward. Rebound by the Nuggets. Here's Pickett. Pass to Holmes. Now Hardaway. Covered by Wells. Hardaway dishes to Brown. Rebounded by Prosper. Prosper's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And stolen by Watson. Outside Hardaway. Brown sets a screen for Hardaway. The Nuggets with another miss.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Pass to Coward. Back to Wells. Jackson passes to Hendricks. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Now, here's Holmes. Pass to Brown. Trying to get something going. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
13 foul. At the line for the Nuggets, Bruce Martin. 2 shots.
Free throw good from Brown. Both teams will make substitutions. That one is no good. Memphis has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
Pure determination here, guys. A fourth quarter run that has them looking better and better as we get ready for the stretch run.
Jones looking for an opening. Pass to Valanciunas. Valanciunas draws the double. Now here's Brown. Covered by Wells. Brown, no good. Grizzlies have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Here's Coward. Guarded by Hardaway. Out to the right wing. There's a good screen. Right at the free throw line. Denver grabs the miss. Valanciunas has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Brown with the bounce pass. Valanciunas sets a screen for Hardaway. Pass to Valanciunas. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Hardaway has got 4 assists in the game.
Wow, you know Valanciunas is in the zone when he's taking shots like that. You gotta love the confidence.
Back to Wells. Lets it go with the 3. Valanciunas grabs the board. Valanciunas has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Outside, Jones. Pass to Valanciunas on the corner, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Personal foul.
Yeah, staying involved. Valanciunas will get a chance at the line.
Valanciunas. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And a bruising, fundamentally sound big man. Valanciunas is a throwback. More importantly, he's willing to play whatever role is asked of him.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. So it's the Grizzlies now. Defended by Jones. Shot clock at 6. Bell's wide open. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Hardaway with a wide open look. And he's good on the three ball. Hardaway has got 6 here in this quarter.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Pickett's checked in. Pass to Valanciunas, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. A minute 50 left to play in the final quarter. Now here's Wells. Here's the screen. Pass to Coward. And another miss by Memphis.
A dominating performance for Denver.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
The Grizzlies shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Here's Coward. Off the mark, and the drought continues. The Nuggets shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Screened by Valanciunas to the paint. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And that one's good. Coward.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pickett passes to Valanciunas, and it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Yeah, they've sucked out of this arena. Tremendous